Hello guys, in this tutorial we are discussing next concept in loops. Okay, next concept and the last concept in loopings, that is nothing but nested loops. Nested loops, the name itself suggesting, right? Nested means what? Loop inside a loop. Okay, if we have a loop inside another loop, that kind of concept is nothing but nested loop. Okay, it's like in real time programming, in most of the scenarios. Okay, in maximum almost all scenarios, like whenever we are dealing with the numbers or lists and all, we might be encountering with handling these kind of situations. Okay, in those scenarios we might be encountering like we need to handle okay, multiple loops. Okay, loop inside loop also we need to take. So that concept we are discussing now. Okay, okay, let us see how that will work in Python. Okay, nested loops, it's nothing but loop inside a loop. So let me explain example with that. Okay, we have a for loop. Okay, now we are writing a for loop, and in this for loop we are writing, okay, we are writing a for loop, and which can, okay, which is running from this range. Okay, suppose for I in range of 1 comma 6, think that it is 1 comma 6. So now let me print I. First let us understand. Okay, let us try to understand this outer loop, then I will try to put that inner loop. Okay, inner loop inside this loop, then we will try to understand. Now now let me debug this. Okay, what is I value in the first iteration? In first iteration I value is 1, so I value 1 will get printed. In the next iteration 2. Okay, in the next iteration it is 2, so I value 2 will get printed. Then 3, so 3 also will get printed. So same way it will print 6. Okay, same way till 6 it will get printed. So in this way we can able to print the first 6 numbers in the outer loop. So see now, yeah, okay, it is printing only till 5 because, correct, sorry, yeah, so it is printing only till 5 because 6 is what? End index. Okay, in range function end index is exclusive, that means we have to exclude that. Before that, whatever the number is there, till there only we need to take. So in this scenario, my I value is, okay, my maximum I value is till 5 only. I have to take till 5 only. See, yeah, till 5 only I have taken. So in this way, we can we can understand the for loop. Now okay, think that this is what kind of loop? This is outer loop. Okay, this is what kind of loop? This is outer loop. Now let me put one more loop inside this for loop. Okay, inside this for loop we will try to put another loop. Okay, that is nothing but another loop. So inside this we are writing another loop for j in range of 1 comma 6, for j in range of 1 comma 6. Now inside this, okay, inside this for loop we will put another loop. Okay, we will try to put another loop inside this okay, inside this for loop. Now now let us try to understand this loop. This is little bit tricky. Okay, this is little bit tricky, but you guys focus on this. Okay, now initially in the first scenario, what is, okay, in the first iteration, what is my I value? I value is 1. Okay, I value is 1. In that scenario, what is my j value? Okay, in that scenario, what is my j value? 1. Okay, so in the first iteration, what is my I value and j value? Let me print I comma j. So I value is what? So what it will get printed then? I comma j combination is 1 comma 1. Okay, I comma j combination is 1 comma 1. But inner loop is not completed yet. Okay, inner loop is not done yet. We have still four iterations. Okay, we have still 4 iterations which are yet to be done inside this for loop. Okay, now what is the j value in the second iteration? Okay, tell me what is the j value in the second iteration. Okay, j value in the second iteration is nothing but 1 comma 2. So I value is what? 1 still, because our inner loop is not completed yet, and in the inner loop second iteration j value is 2. So my I comma j combination is what? 2. Same way in the next iteration, what is the I comma j combination? 1 comma 3, because j value is 3 in the next iteration. Same way 1 comma 4. Okay, same way 1 comma 5. So when inner loop, okay, when inner loop ran for 5 iterations, so whenever inner loop ran for 5 iterations, then one outer loop got completed. Okay, when inner loop complete 5 iteration, that means that outer loop completed 1 iteration. So now we have 5 combinations. Now what happens? Outer loop will be incremented by 1. Okay, in the second iteration of outer loop, what is I value? 2. Now in this case, again this j loop, okay, again this j loop will run for 5 times. Okay, now again j loop will run for 5 times. So now again 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So 2 will be combined with these 5 combinations again. So that will be like this. Okay, that is something like this. Okay, now it is like 2 comma 1. Okay, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4, 2 comma 5. Okay, now it is 2 comma 5. Now in the third iteration, what is this? 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 3 comma 4, 3 comma 5. Okay, now it is 3 comma 5. Same way again, okay, two more combinations will come for 4 and 5. Okay, 2 more combinations will come for 4 and 5. So if we think like that, okay, if we think like that, okay, now if you think something technically, outer loop is running 5 times. Okay, outer loop is running 5 times, and inner loop is also running for 5 times. Then if you are trying to calculate the total number of iterations, what is the total number of iterations? 5 into 5, that is nothing but 25. Okay, 25 iterations. What is the total number of iterations? 25. Okay, that means if outer loop is running for 5 times, running for m times, and our inner loop is running for n times, then the total number of loops are nothing but m into n. Okay, m into n. Total number of loops are mn. Mn is nothing but m into n. So in that way, we can calculate the total number of iterations in a nested for loop. Okay, nested for loop we can calculate in such a way. See, all the combinations, okay, all the combinations that we, okay, all the combinations that we have written here is game. Okay, that means total 25. So how can we check the number of iterations? We'll take a count variable, else we'll name that variable as iteration count. Okay, iteration count equal to 0. So what we'll do, we'll increment this iteration count in each and every iteration. Okay, iteration count plus equal to 1. Iteration count plus equal to 1. So now let me run and show you how it will works. Okay, yeah, sorry, I forgot to print this. So let me print, okay, total number of iterations. Okay, total number of iterations is something like iteration count. So total number of iterations is what? 25. So in this way we can work with the, nested loops. Now one small example again I want to cover here. Suppose what if we have another loop inside to this internal loop. So for k in a range of 1 comma 6, let's push this into that loop. Now you guys try to understand logically. So in outer loop will run for 5 times, inner loop will run for 5 more times, and internal to inner loop will run for 5 more times. So total 5 into 5 into 5 is nothing but 5 power 3, that is nothing but 125. Okay, 5 power 3, that is nothing but 125. So if it is m, outer loop is n, inner loop is n, and inner to inner loop is O. So in this way, total number of loops are nothing but m and O. Okay, total number of iterations are nothing but m and O. So in this way we can check the count. So in this way, in this scenario, what is my output? 125. Let's run and see. See. 125. So in this way we can work with okay, in this way we can work with nested loops concept in Python. Okay, now before heading towards to the next concept, let me explain a small pattern program. Okay, pattern program using nested loops in Python. Okay, nested loop pattern program is nothing. Pattern is nothing but in the first row it is for 1 star, second row it is 2 star, third row it is 3 star, fourth row it is 4 star, fifth row it is 5 star, like that. So based on the rows, okay, for each row those many stars should get printed. So that is my intention. So let us see how we can write this with the help of nested loops concepts. Okay, now okay, for I in range of let me take a number from the user. So int of, since it is an integer, int of input of enter number. Okay, and since it should be 1 plus 1 to that number, so 1 comma number plus 1. Okay, now 1 comma number 2 plus 1. So now internal loop is something like for j in range of, okay, for j in range of, in the first row, okay, in the first row 1 star, in the second row 2 star. So that means how can we get that is because, see, okay, how can we do that means, so in the first iteration what is my I value? 1. Okay, I value is 1 in the first iteration. Same way in the first row one number of stars should get printed. In the second row, okay, in the second row 2 number of stars. Okay, in the third row 3 number of stars. So that means here I value, okay, here I value is pointing to, okay, I value is pointing to what? Row number, and j value should run I times. Okay, j value should run I times so that we will get the number of stars. Yeah. That means we need to get I number of stars. We need to get I number of stars. That means j should run. Okay, that means j should run for I number of times. Okay. Now how can we do that? We can do something like 1 comma I. Okay, we can do something like 1 comma I. So now point of, okay, we can do something like I comma 1. Yeah, I plus, okay, we will run this loop for I plus 1 times. Okay, so point of, we have to print star, right? So star. So since it will go, okay, it will go to the next line. I'm keeping this end attribute as space. That means why I am keeping this end attribute as space, because in each internal loop star shouldn't go to the next line. So for each internal loop I am keeping this end attribute as space, and for each row, okay, once a row got completed it should go to the next line, right? So once one row got completed it should go to the next line. That's why I'm keeping one empty print. Okay, that's why I'm keeping one empty print. Now let's run and see how this will work. Okay, see we have printed 5 stars. Now same way, if I'm okay, now I want to print a triangle with 10 stars. Okay, same way if I want to print the triangle with 15 stars. See, so in this way we can print any number of stars. Okay, this pattern programs very easily if we understand this nested loop concept. Okay, only thing we need to understand here is like in which in that particular iteration how many number of stars should get printed, and how many number of stars should get printed, and how can we calculate those number of stars. If we understand that point, we can do these pattern programs very easily by using this nested loops. Why I'm covering this nested loops inside this chapter is, why I'm covering these pattern programs inside this nested loops, because This is very important program, okay? For the interview purpose, in almost all of the interviews, this program is very frequently asked. That's why I'm covering. I hope all of you understand how to work with these pattern programs. Thank you so much. Bye.